thank you for being here today and celebrate the charities that were benefited by the One City Marathon. Once again, it was a really wonderful community event that we think united the community so very well throughout the entire city, and we engaged the entire city throughout this process. So thank you all that participated. We had over 800, well over 800 volunteers, a tremendous number, over 3,000 runners, so much engagement. I see the Sheriff's Office here. You guys were awesome, participating as well. Thank you for that. I want to recognize some council members. Our Vice Mayor, Major Coleman. Welcome. It's great to have you here in uniform. You're not incognito. And Councilmember Sandra Cherry, thank you for being here. And I'll introduce the mayor in a moment. But I wanted to just thank everyone for being here and recognizing this piece of the marathon that brings our community together. This year, we had the theme of helping people that are subject to domestic violence and abuse, and we think that's been very, very important for our community. So to tell you more about and wrap up the marathon, I want to introduce our mayor, Mayor McKinley Price.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. You know, along with my colleagues on City Council, I'm pleased to take a few moments just to publicly reflect on the success of last month's One City Marathon, presented by Newport News and co-sponsored by Newport News Shipbuilding. What a time we had. You know, as Jim alluded to earlier, our city was on the move the entire weekend, from Health and Wellness Expo in the Denby Community Center to the kickoff concert at Downing Gross, from the Family Fit and Fun Day at King Lincoln Park to the One City celebration. It was just constant energy. And congratulations to marathon winners Brian Morsman of Bath, New York, and two-time winner Sika Henry from right here in Newport News. But my hat also goes off to everyone who participated in one way or another. As Jim said, we had a total of about 3,000 people running, jogging, or walking all across our city. And I'm sure we had at least one family member or a neighbor or a friend or a co-worker who participated. Another 800 community members volunteered, and countless groups cheered on runners along the course to show that we are truly indeed one city. This event brings people from near and far to celebrate our great city with us. Yes, the marathon serves as a community rally that unites neighborhoods, schools, houses of worship, and businesses. The marathon motivates, but it also celebrates a renewed community spirit. I believe a strong community is a healthy community, and a healthy community supports those that help others in need. The inaugural race established a tradition of supporting local nonprofits that enhance the lives of families in our area. And this year's program focused on services to those affected by sexual assault and domestic violence. We are excited that the three organizations will share over $21,000 in contributions raised through runner fundraising, online donations, and race proceeds. This is awesome news. So with that, let's hand out some big checks. Okay, first of all, the Center for Sexual Assault Survivors has played an active role in the reduction and elimination of sexual and domestic violence in Hampton Roads since 1996. The center provides free crisis stabilization and counseling services to victims, their families, and friends. The center also provides hospital and court companionship, a 24-hour hotline, and legal advocacy. And I'd like to invite Executive Director Maricelo Carter to the stage. Alrighty. So on behalf of the One City Marathon, we'd like to present you with a check of $6,610.67 to continue your work in the community, and thank you so much for all that you do. All right, let's get a picture. This one's back. So we'll hold this one for you, all right?
Okay. Thank you. On behalf of the Center for Sexual Assault Survivors, the Board of Directors, the staff, our volunteers, all the sponsors, thank you to the mayor, board managers, the shipyard, all the sponsors, all the volunteers we had. We'd like to say thank you to the City of Newport News. Without all of you, we couldn't have done this. It was amazing to see everyone come out and support the center, and everyone, all the nonprofits. It was just the response we've had after the marathon has been amazing. The center served last year 434 victims. With this donation, we will be able to do some amazing things to support the city. So thank you very much. We're very honored to have been chosen. So thank you.
Fear to Freedom was established in 2011 here in Newport News to redeem and restore those wounded by sexual assault. Fear to Freedom brings together universities, local hospitals, and community organizations to provide aftercare kits to victims of sexual assault. Fear to Freedom also manages awareness and education campaigns on college campuses across the country. As a matter of fact, the founder, Ms. Rosemary Tribble, could not be here with us today because she is at one of the events right now at Liberty University in Lynchburg. In her stead, I'd like to invite Ms. Bree B. Bever, Director of Events and Marketing for Fear to Freedom, to the stage. So on behalf of the One City Marathon, we'd like to present to you a check of $7,555.67 to continue your work in the community, and we also thank you for all that you do.
Well, on behalf of Fear to Freedom, who, like you said, are off to an event today, I would just like to say it has been an absolute honor to be chosen as a beneficiary for the Newport News One City Marathon. We are so grateful. The whole team was there that day cheering on the runners, and one actually stopped and said she was a survivor and that she had received one of our kits in the hospital. So she gave Rosemary a huge hug and got a little teary-eyed and kept running, and that's just a small glimpse of the incredible impact this event has had on our community. So thank you for allowing us to continue our mission, and these funds will be used to continue to transform the lives of those abused. So thank you so much.
And last, we have Traditions Family Violence Services, and they have been supporting adult and child victims of domestic violence on the peninsula since 1977. Transitions builds safe and healthy families by providing programs that offer intervention and prevention strategies to help end abuse. The agency operates emergency and traditional shelters, a 24-hour crisis hotline, and other programs that support counseling, group counseling. I'd like to invite Executive Director to the stage. No, please correct.
No, that's a problem.
We can take the picture first?
Yes, let's take
the picture
How about that?
So this is $7,480.67. And I want to also take a moment to recognize Andy Stein. Andy, stand up, because Andy did what is a wonderful event, the Tango Marathon. Throughout the entire weekend, he tangoed every minute of the time. It's a really neat event, and they were a contributor to this as well for Transition. So, Andy, thank you. That was really a wonderful thing that you did.
Hi, my name is Sanu Jang. I'm the Director for Transitions Family Violence Services, and this partnership with the City of Newport News and the Shipyard has been amazing. Just the number of people that have called us since the event that are utilizing our services and finding out where resources are available is invaluable to our organization. We serve over 2,900 individuals on the peninsula a year, and these funds will be used to enhance and expand our services. And we are confident with this partnership with Newport News and the citizens of Newport News that we can end domestic violence. We can end it and we can prevent it. So thank you so much. for contributing to our organization, and for all the volunteers and supporters that are out there rooting for us. We are your domestic violence organization. Thank you.
Can you give all around just a round of applause to everyone who received anything? We truly appreciate your work. And there are so many deserving organizations that continue to improve the lives of those they serve on a daily basis. The official charity application process for the 2017 marathon will begin soon, and we look forward to partnering with new organizations in the future in order to support as many efforts as possible. So I want to thank you again for what you do in our community.
So, we have another marathon coming up next year in 2017. And as this year, we will have a lot of events throughout the entire community. There will once again, about noon on Friday, kick off the Wellness Fair. That will happen Friday afternoon into the evening and on Saturday. And that will once again take place at the Denby Community Center. A fantastic opportunity for people to get connected with wellness, to get connected with a lot of things which really help their overall well-being. And we had a tremendous turnout at the Denby Community Center. It was a great event location because it introduced people to another part of our community. There were so many people that went to Denby Community Center. Wow, I didn't know this existed. I didn't know this was here, which was pretty amazing. We'll also once again have a kickoff Friday evening at Downing Gross. That was a spectacular event. The level of talent for the musicians and the food was just wonderful. In addition to that, we had King Lincoln Park on a play day on Saturday that we've always been a bit challenged with weather because this is the time of year, but we had a pretty good turnout considering the weather, and that was excellent. So, and on Saturday evening, once again, we have a pasta dinner that it's scheduled for the Marriott, and we're excited about that. We had a great panel last year of some of the runners that was really fascinating to listen to. And of course, the race is on Sunday. Once again, the marathon will kick off at 7 a.m. And of course, this is once again daylight saving time, so effectively it'll be 6 for most of the runners. And then we once again have the 8K and the nautical mile. Both the 8K and nautical mile have really grown substantially. And what's really so fascinating and so wonderful is all the children that are participating in something very active that might not have done so otherwise. Especially like to recognize our Park and Recreation Department that has this program for youth where they run a mile a week for 25 weeks, and that final mile that actually is pretty close to 1.2 miles is their full marathon, and it was a really neat event with a lot of parents participating as well. I wanted to recognize Councilmember Burt Bateman. Thank you for coming and joining us. So none of this happens without our amazing sponsors. And once again, we were very, very delighted to have Newport News Shipbuilding be our lead presenting sponsor. They are a wonderful partner in everything that the City of Newport News does for well over 100 years. And they continue to be a partner in so many ways, including the One City Marathon, that we just could not put on without them. So I'd like to introduce Bill Bell, Vice President. And Bill, welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, council members, Mr. Manager, guests, I am so pleased to be here today on behalf of the more than 20,000 shipbuilders at Newport News Shipbuilding. And good health and wellness are a priority of our company. And that's why we continue to that's why we continue with this partnership with the city and have agreed to become the 2017 One City Marathon presenting sponsor, 3rd year in a row. People ask us, well, why do we do this? Well, we want to encourage shipbuilders and their families to live strong, healthy lives. We sponsor all kinds of health events. We sponsor the American Heart Walk. We sponsor our own NNS 5K. We sponsor the One City Marathon. We just opened the Huntington Ingalls Industry Health Center just down the street, right across from the gates of our shipyard. All of these things are for the health and wellness of shipbuilders and their families. We also recognize that shipbuilding is really a family business. And that's because we have generations of families in our business. We've been in business for 130 years, Mr. Manager. A long time. We now have fifth generation shipbuilders in our facility, working hard to build the greatest ships that the United States Navy needs for defense of our country. So we view the health of the shipbuilders and their families as a very important aspect of how we do business and how we want to do business. The One City Marathon presented us an opportunity to do just that. And in this marathon that was just completed, we had a husband and wife team, Bruce and Laura Easterson, who completed the marathon together. We also had a father-son, both shipbuilders, Dave Messina and his son Dave Messina Jr. They both ran the marathon, the whole marathon, all together again. This year we had almost 170 shipbuilders participate in the One City Marathon. So there are inspiring stories from every single one of them. Too many for me to stand here today under this nice hot sun to talk about. But what's also inspiring is the charities and the good work that's being done by the folks that we have honored today by giving them a check to help them continue with some of their work. That's why we do this. That's why we expect to continue to do it. So thanks to the community partners. Thanks to the city for making this event possible. Thanks to all of the shipbuilders who participate. Thanks to the families of those shipbuilders. And most of all, thanks to the community of Newport News Shipbuilding for letting us continue to build the best ships for the United States Navy.
So thank you, Bill. Thank you so much for your commitment once again to serve as a sponsor for One City Marathon. That's wonderful. I also wanted to recognize some other sponsors. Town Bank, thank you. W.M. Jordan was also a key sponsor. Jim Burnett is here to represent W.M. Jordan and Skip Smith as well. Thank you. And the Daily Press, Sierra Spragley, thank you. Stand up. Thank you very much. But we're going to unveil the banner for next year. Mayor, can you help?
Get in the middle. You the man.
So, March 12th, 2017, Newport News Shipbuilding presents Thank you all for being here. This is a community event, it's community driven, and it's bringing our community together in wealth, in health and wellness, and hopefully wealth too. And it makes a real difference. It's amazing to me, as I go out in the community, how many people are doing something healthy that they might not have done otherwise because they've been inspired by all those that are running and doing many things athletically. It's important for our whole city to be healthy, to be well, and we've had this major initiative that I think is making a difference, not just for the people that work for the city, but for the people throughout the city as well. And it's really bringing our community together, bringing a lot of notoriety. We had over 26 states, 3 countries that were represented in the marathon, which we think will continue to expand as the brand grows. But we also want to make it a really high-quality event, an event that really does engage and involve all of us. So thank you for being here today, and thank you for all your support.